In Ottawa, Governor-General Vanier arrives for the opening ceremony of the 12th Conference of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. At this conference, the Vice Chairman is Mr. Kalema from Uganda. This unique organization, composed of leading statesmen from countries throughout the Commonwealth, meets every year in a different country to discuss the common problems facing the governments of the member nations. Here they listen to Mr. Fasoud, who is from Guyana. When the conference is not in session, delegates are shown aspect 3 and culture. The National Gallery of Canada, they see some of the treasures of Canadian and European art which have been purchased by the gallery. The colors of Autumn's Garland, a painting by a Canadian artist, are seen again on a bus tour through one of the national parks near Ottawa. The delegates are on their way to a barbecue given in their honor by the Speaker of Canada's House of Commons. Entertainment is on a giant scale. 1,000 guests have been invited, and there's a personal welcome for each new arrival. There's food for thought in the development plan for Ottawa, shown to delegates on a visit to the National Capital Commission. Here in Maps and Models is the Ottawa of the future. A far-seeing team of planners have designed a scheme which will make Ottawa one of the most beautiful capitals in the world. A city catering for the thriving urban population of tomorrow, while still preserving all that is best from the historic past. Autumn in Canada. Autumn in Britain. The season of the harvest. The time to gather in crops ripened and matured by summer. Once those crops had to be eaten fresh from the fields. But today, thanks to the canning industry, you can buy them all over the world, all the year round. Parade has been invited into the experimental kitchen of a Scottish food factory, where some of those fresh carrots are going into a new vegetable soup. The soup perfected in this small-scale kitchen will be served not at one meal, but at thousands. Prepared and cooked in quantities that would feed an army, it will be sent to nearly 80 different countries. Its cleanliness is guaranteed by this washing and slicing process. Its freshness will be perfectly preserved in airtight cans. Although thousands of gallons of soup are cooked and canned each day, standards of quality are kept consistently high. This is not just an out-of-season delicacy, but a nourishing food on which families all over the world can rely. In the soups, jams, jellies and meat dishes for which Scotland is famous, the fruits of the Scottish harvest are preserved for the markets of the world. A panel of expert tasters sample each dish before the cans are sent off, thousands at a time, to Jamaica or Fiji, to Malawi or Uganda. And while canned foods from Scotland are on their way to Africa, from Africa come fabrics for display at a London fashion store. This bold, brightly colored material began in Kenya, where a village industry has created a fabric fit for the salons of the world's fashion centers. Color, flair, and style. These are the qualities which link London's Regent Street with the remote village settlements near Kenya's Aberdare Mountains. Here a British woman has introduced a new art and founded a new industry for the village women, the craft of tie-dyeing. Working in teams of 12, the women start the process by unrolling yards of material and tying it into loops. An industry perhaps, but still a social club. The chance for busy mothers to meet and talk while the work goes on. The striking patterns of the cloth are created by the pleats, folds and loops which the women tie into it before it's dyed. The patterns are worked out beforehand, painting them on boards before trying them on the actual cloth. Each roll of cloth is dyed at least twice. First in one color with the pleats tied in one way, and a second time in a different color with the cloth folded to form a different pattern. It would be hard to find a simpler bliss, but what eventually emerges is a fabric of original design and brilliant color, ideal for fashion or for furnishings. Tied, dyed, the cloth must now be dried, and suddenly the work of women in Kenya's highlands becomes the raw material of high fashion. Here in London's Regent Street is proof that even in the highly competitive world of modern fashion, individual skill and original design can still find new export markets and set new styles. Shop window styles in Regent Street may change from season to season, but once a year there's one spectacle you can always rely on: the Christmas illuminations. When December comes round, the lights come on, bringing a glamorous brightness to Christmas shopping and a glittering climax to parade.